It's time for Recipe of the Day. For adding amazing flavor to your chicken breast or chicken thighs, I have got the best recipe for you. This is a Greek chicken marinade, but I've got a couple of tips that just make it penetrate the meat so much better and give you so much more flavor. So first, what is in this Greek chicken marinade? We have got 3/4 of a cup of olive oil, a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 lemon, zested and juiced, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 2 cloves of garlic minced, a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and half a teaspoon of dried thyme. So you can see all those delicious Greek flavors going on in there. The most important one, though, is the mustard. Now, I've called for Dijon mustard. That's my favorite for flavor in here, but any mustard is going to work. What it's doing is it's actually emulsifying the marinade the way that a salad dressing is emulsified, and that just means that everything is being sort of combined together, fused together, and then all those herbs and flavors that we've added, they're going to stay kind of suspended in there and be kind of evenly distributed inside of that marinade, which means it actually makes for a very good salad dressing as well. Now, this batch that I'm telling you about makes enough for 8 chicken breasts. If you only wanted to do 4 of them, you could do the 4 and do half of the marinade amounts, or you could make the full marinade amount and freeze half of it for later. That's totally going to work. Okay, so that is the basics of this marinade recipe. You just mix that up until it's nice and emulsified. But then the way that we're going to get the most flavor into the chicken is to cut it a little bit in a very particular way. So, marinades do not tend to penetrate right into the meat and tenderize and flavor more beyond just the surface. If you want to do that, you need a brine, and I will absolutely link to my chicken breast brine recipe for you in the show notes for this podcast episode. You will have that, but we're not brining here. We're doing a marinade. It's not going to penetrate very deeply. And so here are 2 things you can do. First, you can just cut up that chicken into bite-sized pieces. And I actually think that is why those Greek chicken souvlaki skewers are so juicy and tender. It is because they've been cut before they're marinated, and that flavor and everything can really penetrate more deeply and flavor more surface area of the chicken. You see what I mean? Now, if you don't want to do that, if you want the full chicken breast that you're either going to serve as like entree chicken or slice, then what you want to do is score the chicken. You're going to get a sharp knife and you're going to make like hash mark cuts going all the way one way and then all the way the other way on both sides of that chicken breast. Then put it in the marinade. It's going to get into all of those cuts. It's going to flavor right into the chicken. It is going to be so good. Okay, those scored chicken breasts are going into that marinade at room temperature for 30 minutes, or you can put them in the fridge for 2 hours. I don't recommend going overnight. That can start to actually kind of like be cooking the chicken on the outside the way that like ceviche is cooked in acid. We don't want that. 2 hours at most in the fridge, or like I said, 30 minutes on the counter, room temperature. That's going to be safe. That's going to be fine. And then it is time to cook those marinated chicken breasts. You can actually cook them any way you like to cook chicken breasts, but I think the best here is going to be the grill. You're going to get your grill heated to a medium-high direct heat cooking, and you're going to put those chicken breasts straight from the marinade, shake them off a little bit onto the grill. You're cooking until it's 160 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle. You could use an instant read thermometer for that, or you could use a probe thermometer that's monitoring it the whole time. It's going to be about 6 to 8 minutes per side. Then let them rest for 10 minutes off the grill, and then you can serve them, slice them. I'm just going to say though, one extra special amazing tip. If you like a little sweetness in your chicken, warm up about 1/4 cup of honey in the microwave just until it's warm. And when that chicken's done while it's resting, brush it lightly on both sides with that honey. It is going to mix with all those delicious tangy flavors of the herbs that we marinated the chicken with and just bring that brightness and little sweetness. It's going to make it so special. Okay, I'm going to put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this podcast episode, or you can head to cookthestory.com/ROTD and get it there. Everything there is arranged by date, so it's helpful to know that today is March 4th of 2025. And if you like chicken, you should check out my chicken cookbook. It is a complete chicken resource. Over 200 recipes for traditional oven and stovetop recipes, slow cooker, Instant Pot, air fryer, and the grill. You can get it on Amazon. I will put a link in the show notes, or search for All New Chicken Cookbook Pittman on Amazon. I'm Christine Pittman from cookthestory.com, thecookful.com, the All New Chicken Cookbook, and from this podcast, Recipe of the Day. I hope you have a great day. Let's get cooking.